Beloved children of God, I am deeply grateful that we are together in this moment of reflection. The topic we will explore today is one of the greatest gifts life can offer us. I want to share with you a transformative secret, a secret that is not just about what you can have, but about who you can be. For true wealth lies not only in material possessions, but in the expansion of your own consciousness, in the harmonization of your being with the divine. Have you ever wondered how some people seem to manifest everything they desire? How they naturally attract abundance, peace, and prosperity? There is a universal law that governs this process, and I am here to teach it to you. This is no ordinary secret, it is a secret that can change your life in just 7 days. This secret does not involve magic formulas or worldly tricks. It is directly related to the power of your mind, to your ability to align your being with the divine forces that govern the universe. When you learn to focus your energy and shape your reality with a focused mind and a soul connected to the divine, wealth, prosperity, and peace become a natural expression of your existence. But before we move on, I ask that you subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you not only open yourself up to more powerful teachings like this one, but you also connect with a community of people committed to spiritual awakening and true prosperity. This is just the beginning of a transformative journey, where you will learn to manifest true abundance in your life. Now, let's close our eyes for a moment, breathe deeply, and tune our minds and hearts to the teaching that is about to be revealed. When you are ready to listen, your life will begin to align with the flows of divine prosperity. At the end of this process, you will be a new version of yourself, a being who lives in harmony with the universe and naturally attracts everything you need. I invite you to open your hearts and minds to this profound teaching. The secret to manifesting true wealth begins in a simple yet powerful place, your mind. Let's begin now with the first step toward transforming your reality. The human mind is a divine tool given to each of us. It is creative. The key to understanding the power to manifest anything in your life, be it wealth, health, or peace, lies in understanding that you are the creator of your reality. There is no greater force in the universe than the power of your mind. Every thought you emit is a seed sown into the vast field of creation. And just as a seed grows into a plant according to its nature, what you think, feel, and desire begins to take shape in your life. If you want to live in abundance, your mind must align with this truth, with the belief that abundance is already yours by divine right. Many people believe that external circumstances, the economy, the state of the world, or luck are the determining factors of their prosperity. But in truth, it is your thoughts and intentions that govern what you attract. What you think, you create. What you feel in your heart, you attract into your life. When you focus on something with faith, that energy begins to vibrate in tune with the forces of the universe. When you align your mind with abundance, when you deeply believe that prosperity is yours by right, you begin to manifest what you desire. It's not about passively waiting for wealth to come to you. It's about being active in creating your reality, starting with the power of your mind. This is the great truth that many fail to understand. The mind creates reality. Throughout your life, you have been conditioned to believe in limitations. But true spiritual reality is limitless. When you rise above these limitations and begin to think clearly, you become able to access the divine flow of abundance. The human mind has the power to change the course of your life. You can transform poverty into wealth, doubt into confidence, scarcity into abundance. Therefore, when you begin working with this principle, it's essential that your mind is focused and not scattered. Every thought of scarcity or doubt weakens your creative power. However, When you choose to direct your mind toward thoughts of abundance, gratitude, and trust, you begin to attract into your life that which is in perfect harmony with your intentions. Now, I ask you, what are you thinking right now? Are you thinking about wealth, prosperity, and success? Or are you focusing on difficulties and limitations? Your mind can be a magnet for prosperity or a block to it. It's up to you to choose what to focus on. Therefore, the first step to manifesting true wealth in your life is to control your mind. And the way to do this is through concentration and focus. When your mind is aligned with your inner truth, you begin to become a channel through which divine abundance flows naturally. Remember, the mind is creative. And when you control your mind, you control your reality. In the next step, we'll explore how to use this creative mind to bring clarity and intention to whatever you wish to manifest. Beloved friends, understanding that our mind has the power to create our reality, we now need to delve deeper into two essential aspects for our manifestation to become effective: clarity and intention. These two elements are the foundation upon which your manifestation will rise, just as the foundation of a building ensures its stability and durability. Imagine you're planting a seed. If you don't know what type of plant you want to grow, how can you care for it properly? Likewise, without clarity about what you want to manifest, your efforts will be scattered and ineffective. The mind needs a clear goal, a clear vision of where you want to go, and how you envision that future unfolding. When you have clarity in your mind, you know exactly what you want. Clarity eliminates confusion and creates a clear direction. But clarity alone is not enough. This is where intention comes in. Intention is the energy that fuels your desires. It is the inner movement that pushes you to action, aligning your mind and heart with your desired goal. Intention is the fuel that moves your desire from the realm of ideas to manifest in the physical world. For example, if you want to manifest wealth, ask yourself, what does true wealth mean to me? Is it just money? Or is it also the freedom to do what I love, the ability to help others, or even inner peace and spiritual security? When you are clear about the nature of what you desire, you begin to align your thoughts and actions with that purpose. Intention is the creative energy that activates the mind and body. When you have a clear and positive intention, it begins to guide your thoughts, words, and actions toward achieving that goal. But remember, intention without action doesn't bring results. Your intention must be supported by concrete and persistent actions. You can't simply wait for things to happen. Intention requires constant movement, a direction. The universe can only help when you begin walking toward your goal with clarity and determination. Therefore, dear friends, now is the time to ask yourself, what do I truly desire? What are my deepest goals? What does true wealth mean to me? And, most importantly, am I firmly intending to manifest this in my life? As you dedicate yourself to answering these questions sincerely, the universe will begin to align the circumstances around you, but it all begins with clarity in your mind and intention in your heart. Once you have these two forces aligned, you begin walking the path of true manifestation. Now that you understand the importance of clarity and intention, remember, what you desire is already yours by divine right. But the first step to manifesting it is to understand what you want with complete clarity and then set your intention for it to manifest in your life. As you deepen your practice, you will notice how this clarity and intention will begin to create an irresistible power of manifestation. Beloved children of God, we have reached a crucial point in the journey of manifestation, the energy of gratitude. This is a powerful force that acts like an invisible engine, accelerating the creation of everything you desire in your life. When you dedicate yourself to the practice of gratitude, you begin to open the doors to abundance, not only on the material plane, but also in your spiritual and emotional life. Did you know that gratitude is one of the most elevated emotions we can experience? When you are grateful, you align with the divine energy that permeates the universe, and by aligning with this energy, you begin to attract into your life everything necessary for your evolution and the manifestation of your deepest desires. Gratitude is not just an external response, but an internal attitude. It's not just being grateful for what you already have, but also a way to connect with the divine flow that is already flowing in your life, even when you can't see it. Remember, abundance doesn't begin outside of you, it begins within. And gratitude is the key to unlocking this inner abundance. When you practice gratitude, even in the face of difficulties or challenges, you begin to perceive the hidden value in every experience. You become more aware of the blessings that already exist around you. When you sincerely give thanks for everything you have, whether big or small, you open your heart to receive even more. This is a universal law. What you are grateful for multiplies. Practicing gratitude also transforms your mindset. Instead of focusing on your lacks or limitations, you begin to focus on what is already abundant in your life. When you shift your focus to abundance, you begin to attract even more. Gratitude, therefore, is not just a feeling, but a creative force that sets in motion when you cultivate it sincerely. Have you ever experienced the feeling of having something you so desperately desire? Wouldn't it be wonderful to experience this constantly, in all areas of your life? Gratitude is the path to this. When you begin practicing it daily, even in the small things like simply breathing, being alive, having love and friends, you activate the flow of energy that brings even more good things into your life. Now, I want to invite you to experience this in a practical way. Starting today, create the daily habit of giving deep, sincere thanks for at least 3 things you have in your life. This may be something simple, but if done with an open heart, you will begin to feel an internal transformation. Gratitude will raise your vibration and open the doors to the universe, bringing you everything you need to manifest your dreams. I guarantee you, the constant practice of gratitude will bring transcendence to your life. You will see how, by focusing on what you already have, you will become richer, more prosperous, and more at peace. This is the true magic of manifestation, living in harmony with what you already have, to create more of what you desire. Beloved children of God, we have come to one of the most powerful aspects of the art of manifestation, clear visualization. Now that you understand the power of the mind, clarity, intention, and gratitude, it's time to take an even deeper step. Visualization is the bridge that connects the invisible planes of the mind with the physical world. It transforms your intentions into concrete images that attract the energy necessary to create your reality. Visualizing is creating a clear and vivid mental image of your goal, as if it were already a reality. It is not simple imagination. It is a mental creation grounded in the conviction that what you see in your mind is already preparing to manifest. In the physical world, when you visualize with intention, concentration, and faith, you are literally painting with your mind the reality you wish to experience. I want you to imagine, for a moment, that you're preparing to achieve a major goal. What do you see in your mind? What is the image? How does it feel to have this goal accomplished? When you visualize clearly, you create not only the images but also the emotions that accompany that success. And it's this positive emotion that helps energize visualization, making it a powerful creative force. Visualization isn't something you should do just once and then forget about. It should become a daily practice. When you practice regularly, your mind begins to adjust to operating in manifestation mode, like a painter who visualizes a work of art before putting paint to canvas. By visualizing, you are shaping and preparing the path for abundance, success, and prosperity to manifest. But remember, visualization will only be effective if it's aligned with your feelings and intentions. It's not enough to create a mental image. You must immerse yourself in it with a heart full of positive emotion, as if you were already living what you visualized. The secret is to feel fulfillment, joy, and gratitude, as if the goal were already a tangible reality. When you dedicate yourself to visualizing with clarity and emotion, you begin to create an energetic space that harmonizes with what you wish to manifest. The universe responds to this frequency, and over time, you will notice that the circumstances around you begin to change, that opportunities arise, and that the right people and resources begin to align to support the achievement of your goals. Therefore, dear friends, the daily practice of visualization is not just a technique, it is a powerful tool for transformation. Visualize with clarity, with emotion, and with the certainty that your reality is changing, moment by moment. What you imagine, with faith and conviction, is already preparing to materialize before your eyes. I invite you, then, to dedicate a few minutes each day to the practice of visualization. Close your eyes, visualize clearly, and feel the thrill of having already achieved what you desire. When you do this, you will be creating the future with the power of your mind. Dear friends, so far we have talked about clarity, intention, gratitude, and visualization, powerful elements that form the foundation of manifestation. But now, it's time to take the next step, action. The secret to manifestation lies not only in the mental plane, but also in action. The true magic of creation doesn't happen solely within your mind, but when you act in harmony with your thoughts and intentions, you can have a clear mind, a strong intention, a heart full of gratitude, and vivid visualization. But if you don't take the necessary action, your intentions will remain merely dreams in the realm of your mind. Action is the channel through which you bring the invisible into the visible, the intangible into the tangible. Without action, manifestation is like a seed that never gets planted. It's important to understand that we're not talking about forced or rushed action. Aligned action arises naturally from your heightened state of consciousness, from your purposeful heart. When your mind and spirit are aligned with your goal, the actions you take become not only effective but also inspired. They flow easily, like a current following the course of a river. Often, when we're pursuing something with great intensity, we can be tempted to act impulsively or hastily, without truly giving space to the inner wisdom that guides us. True action doesn't come from a state of desperation or haste, but from a deep trust in the universal process. Aligned action arises from a quiet intuition, from a feeling that every step you take is guided by the divine hand. Imagine you're building a house. Construction doesn't happen overnight. Each brick, each necessary action must be taken at the right time, and so it is with manifestation. No matter how big your desire, the necessary actions to achieve it present themselves when you are present and aware. And it's when you act in accordance with this awareness that the universe begins to work in your favor. Aligned action is a combination of trust, patience, and discernment. It's not about doing everything at once or rushing to achieve results. Rather, it's about taking the right actions at the right time. This requires you to be patient, to clearly observe the opportunities that arise, and to, with faith, take the steps that will guide you to your goal. Therefore, Manifestation is not just an act of mentalization or wishing. It requires you to move, to engage in the process, and to take the necessary actions to create what you desire. Remember, action is not an isolated effort. It is a natural extension of your desire, your intention, your gratitude, and your visualization. When these elements are aligned, action flows with the energy of the universe. So, dear friends, after practicing visualization and inner creation, the next step is to take action. If you feel the universe is guiding you in a specific direction, don't hesitate. Act with confidence, with action aligned with purpose. Even if the path isn't clear at first, each step taken in trust brings you closer to achieving your dream. When you act, do so with intention and wisdom. And remember, there is no action too small, no step too insignificant. Every movement made with faith is a brick in the construction of your reality. Dear children of God, we come to one of the most powerful and essential pillars of manifestation: unshakable faith. After clarity, gratitude, visualization, and action, faith is the force that holds everything together and keeps the process going. Without faith, all effort is lost. Faith is what sustains your trust in the universe, the process, and yourself, even when the results are not yet visible. True faith is not blind belief, but a deep trust in the flow of life and the divine power that works within us all. When you have faith, you become able to see beyond appearances, beyond temporary limitations. You begin to understand that the universe is always working in your favor, even if you don't realize it at first. Now, you may ask yourself, how can I maintain my faith when circumstances seem difficult, when results seem distant? The answer lies in understanding that manifestation is an ongoing process, not something that happens instantly. When you take the right steps with faith, even in difficult times, you are creating a powerful energy field that attracts what you desire. Unshakable faith is the certainty that what you desire is already in the process of manifesting. Even when you don't see visible changes or when obstacles arise, your faith must remain firm. This is because the universe works in ways we can't always comprehend with our limited minds. Often, what appears to be a detour or delay is actually a preparation for something much greater. I want you to imagine for a moment the seed of a tree. When the seed is planted in the soil, it doesn't reveal itself immediately. It undergoes an invisible process of transformation and growth beneath the earth until it finally emerges as a strong tree. Likewise, your desires and intentions are being processed in the invisible plane. And it is your faith that nourishes this seed until it manifests in the physical world. Faith doesn't mean ignoring challenges or difficulties. It's not an invitation to be careless. On the contrary, true faith is knowing that every difficulty has a purpose. It's here to strengthen your confidence, test your resolve, and prepare you to receive what you've asked for. When you face a challenge, remember that it's just part of the path to achieving your desire, not the end. I want you to start looking at any challenge that arises in your life as an opportunity to strengthen your faith. Each time you choose to maintain your faith, even when everything seems against you, you'll be creating a solid foundation for the realization of your dreams. So, friends, no matter what's happening around you, keep your faith strong. Keep trusting in the process and the wisdom of the universe. Believe, manifestation is underway. You are being guided, and what you seek is on its way, even if you don't see the results immediately. Faith is what keeps the flame of manifestation burning. Trust, wait, and watch, because what you desire is approaching you in every moment. Dear friends, we come to one of the greatest catalysts for manifestation: constant gratitude. In our spiritual and material journeys, gratitude is the force that opens the doors of abundance and connects us with the infinite flow of blessings the universe has to offer. When you are grateful for everything you have and for everything that is yet to come, you create a positive vibration that magnetizes everything you desire. Gratitude is not just a momentary feeling expressed when something good happens. It is a state of being, a daily mindset that, when cultivated, transforms your life. By giving thanks not only for visible blessings, but also for challenges, lessons, and even moments of silence, you begin to access a higher vibrational frequency, which attracts what you desire most. When you are grateful, you become like an open channel that receives more of what you already have. Because you recognize and celebrate the abundance that already exists in your life. And when you recognize how blessed you already are, the universe responds, multiplying the blessings you attract to yourself. Now, you might ask yourself, how can I practice gratitude consistently, even in difficult times? The key is to shift your perception. When you see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth, and as part of the divine process, you begin to feel gratitude even for situations that initially seem negative. Every challenge, every difficulty, is a learning opportunity, and when you can view them with gratitude, you free your mind from feelings of lack or scarcity. You stop feeling like a victim of circumstances and begin to see yourself as a co-creator of your destiny. But how can you cultivate this gratitude in your daily life? Start with small gestures. When you wake up in the morning, instead of focusing on the day's difficulties, focus on what you already have. Be thankful for the life you have, for your health, for the peace in your heart, and even for the small blessings that we often take for granted. When you start your day with gratitude, you put your mind on a frequency that aligns it with goodness. If you begin practicing gratitude, not just as an act of recognition, but as a consistent attitude, you will notice that more and more blessings will begin to flow into your life. Gratitude is one of the most powerful keys to manifesting what you desire because it opens your heart and mind to the infinite possibilities that are available to you. I invite you to practice gratitude deliberately and consistently every day. Start by giving thanks when you wake up, before you go to sleep, and throughout the day, whenever you have a moment to reflect. Gratitude is the invisible catalyst that transforms everything you touch. When you keep your heart open and grateful, life begins to reflect back the abundance, peace, and prosperity you already have within. Therefore, dear friends, by giving sincere thanks for every blessing and every challenge, you begin to shape a life of continuous prosperity. Gratitude is the key to success because it keeps your mind connected to the universal flow of abundance, which is always around you, waiting to manifest. Dear friends, we now come to a fundamental point in our manifestation journey: detachment. You may be wondering, how does detachment fit into the process of manifesting wealth, abundance, and prosperity? Detachment, my dears, is the key to releasing the energies that block the natural flow of abundance in your life. Although modern society teaches us to grasp and fight for everything we want, true spiritual wisdom teaches us that it is only when we release attachment to outcomes that we can truly create space for blessings and abundance to flow to us. Detachment doesn't mean a lack of desire or action. Rather, it means surrendering to the process of life, fully trusting that everything that is rightfully yours is already on its way. When you cling to something, whether it's money, success, or even a relationship, you create an excessive emotional connection to the object of your desire. This attachment generates fear, anxiety, and resistance, which become obstacles on the path to manifestation. When you learn to detach from desire, while still maintaining firm intention and aligned action, you align yourself with the law of attraction. Detachment doesn't mean you shouldn't appreciate what you have, or that you shouldn't work hard toward your goals. On the contrary, detachment is the ability to fully engage with the process without over-identifying with the outcome. When you become attached to the outcome, you begin to face resistance, and your mind often enters a state of constant anxiety, which hinders the manifestation of what you desire. Instead of worrying about when or how things will happen, surrender to the trust that what is meant for you will come in divine and perfect timing. When you detach, you create an energy of abundance and freedom that allows the flow of the universe to enter your life in often unexpected and miraculous ways. Letting go is an art, and it's not done all at once. It requires patience, practice, and the faith that everything you need is already being prepared for you. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. After planting it, you don't spend the entire time poking the earth, trying to see if the seed has grown. You must give it time, trust, and let the process unfold naturally. Likewise, when manifesting your desires, plant your intention clearly. Take aligned actions, but then release attachment to the outcome. You must trust the process and know that, in due time, your intentions will materialize. Attachment creates tension, but letting go creates freedom and peace, allowing the flow of life to follow its course. Therefore, dear friends, true freedom comes when you practice letting go. Letting go doesn't mean indifferent neglect, but the calm trust that, in due time, everything aligns perfectly. Trust that the universe is working in your favor, and that what is destined for you will be yours, without the need to force or control the outcome. As you practice detachment, you will feel a deep peace in your heart. Release expectations, fear, and anxiety, and allow the universe to do its work. Remember, true and lasting manifestation does not depend on attachment, but on a serene trust in perfect timing and the divine process. Dear friends, we have reached the end of this journey, but in fact, the true beginning of your manifestation journey. Everything we have discussed here, from clarity of intention to detachment from the outcome, are ongoing practices that you must cultivate with patience, discipline, and faith. Manifestation is not a one-time event. It is a daily journey of alignment with the universe, with your own being, and with the divine flow of abundance. Now, you might be wondering, how can I stay focused and practice even after finishing this teaching? The answer is simple. Commit to daily practice. The true key to manifesting wealth and prosperity isn't just positive thinking or words, but the aligned action you take every day. When you wake up, do the necessary work, maintain your faith and gratitude, and let go of the results. You are actively working to create the life of your dreams. It's important to remember that manifestation doesn't happen instantly. Like a tree growing from a seed, what you're creating in your life takes time to mature. However, each day you practice, each positive thought you hold, each action you take toward your goal is laying the solid foundation for great achievements in the future. I want you to take this truth with you. Manifestation is a process, not a single event. It's the sum of all the small actions, thoughts, and feelings you nurture each day. When you begin to apply these teachings to your daily life, abundance will not just be something you desire, but something you begin to experience in your very essence. Therefore, dear friends, always remember that you are a co-creator of your reality. The universe responds to what you place in it, your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. When you begin to practice these teachings with diligence and faith, you will be creating a space for miracles to unfold in your life. The secret to manifesting wealth, abundance, and prosperity lies within you, within your heart and mind. Therefore, I invite you to take the first step now. Commit to the process. Trust in your own ability to manifest what you desire. Start today and see how the universe begins to respond. No matter how big or small your desire, what matters is the faith, action, and detachment with which you move forward. I know you have within you the power to create a life of prosperity and joy. Continue walking the path with patience and trust, and in due time, you will see that the abundance you seek is not something that comes from outside, but something that is already alive within you. May you continue your journey with the heightened awareness that manifestation is yours by right. May the path of abundance, peace, and prosperity be your daily truth. So be it, and so it will be. Now that you are ready to apply these powerful teachings, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and follow the future lessons we will share with you. Remember, the journey of manifestation continues every day, and we are here to guide you every step of the way. Click the subscribe button and share this knowledge with those you love. Let's manifest a life of abundance and peace together. Namaste.